Okay, we're going to try this again, right? Remember the other day we did that video where it was the first drive on 14.3.2 and it went very badly. So I'm doing it again. I want to see if this technology has settled in. I believe it has. It did a couple of things yesterday. I wasn't recording, but it really got it right. So let's see if it gets it right this time. We're going to go to our usual coffee shop and let me see here. There we are. We'll set it up and then we'll hit start and then I'm going to let it do. Remember the other day it made a left here and it was completely wrong. I'm going to let it do whatever it wants to do. If we get lost, we get lost. I'm going to leave it alone. So it's making that oh, it changed its mind. See that? Changed its mind. Now it's going to make a right. So it's doing it right this time. I do find historically with these builds that after a couple of days, they do tend to settle in. And we know this from the past, but it's usually little things. It's usually small things. This was really different. This was a different build. But again, the fact that that message comes up on the screen now that gives you all these options as to why you disengaged, I know this is going to sound weird, but it's almost like they did it on purpose because they really want to get as much negative data as they do positive data. Does that make sense? Because they have to prove their point. You know, people constantly say, well, we don't know how good Tesla's full self-driving is because they don't release the data. All the data is hidden. Well, it's not hidden. It's definitely not hidden. But now it does appear that, I'll tell you, the data that's going into my car now is unbelievable. Because when I disengage, I have choices now. And 9 times out of 10, it is either preference, which means, I'm going to translate that in a simple form. Let's say I go to this coffee shop and it's picking a parking space for me. I don't like that space. So I'll disengage and I'll go to another space. Now, obviously that's not a critical intervention. The other thing it does is navigation. And we all know, especially with this build, there are issues with navigation. But I have to be careful with that too. It's taken me, I've had this now for what, 3 or 4 days? It's taken me a minute to realize when it goes, when I consider going the wrong way, doesn't mean it's going the wrong way. It means it's going the way I don't go. So, you know, for a couple of times I was hitting that as a navigation problem. That's not a navigation problem. That's a preference. That has nothing to do with the car. That's my ego saying, no, I want to go the other way. So right here, I usually go all the way around this circle and I go up that street. Let's see if it does that. And if not, again, oh, look, it's going my way now. It's going the way I want to go. The other day, you remember, it went the other way, which is not the wrong way. It's just a different way that I go. So that makes me really, really happy now. Now I'm really happy with this. So the other thing it does now is when we get up to this next light, because obviously I go to this coffee shop every day, so the car certainly knows where it's going. But sometimes when it comes up here now, it'll try to make a right on 17. And it's not. It's going to go through the traffic light because, again, that's the way I like to go. You go through the traffic light, and then you go down this side street. So I can't. I am really excited about this. And they say you should don't bet against Elon. The other day when I came out of my driveway and this car went haywire, I wasn't happy about that. And a lot of people and, you know, gentleman in Oklahoma, Okie Tesla, Mike, I think it is. Mike, if you're watching, I hope you're seeing this because I know you are extremely frustrated by navigation, and I am too. I have never denied the fact that navigation annoys me, but my fear would be critical intervention. As long as I never have to hit that critical button, or heaven forbid, I don't have time to hit that critical button, and that's the last piece of data that ever comes from my car, then I'm good. So I can't remember the last time I had a critical intervention. It was probably 2022 or 2023, and I'm not making this up. There were times. There's one place that I go here. It's a road that goes down to 2 lanes, and it just didn't merge, and I it got so close that I was like, I have to intervene. A lot of people told me back then, if you had left it alone, it would have made the left turn. It was too close for comfort for me, so I disengaged. I mean, I intervened. Um, I'm not sure what the right term is, actually, disengage or intervene, but I did. And that was the last time I remember thinking it's going to hit something. If I don't do this, it's going to hit something. I haven't had that feeling in a long time. So, yes, it's frustrating. Yes, it's annoying. And again, let me get back to navigation for a minute. A lot of the times I'm choosing a parking space, or let's say I'm going into a parking garage, right? There's a specific store I want to go to in a shopping mall. That's annoying because it's not taking me where I want to go. But I want you to think about something for a second. Let me not say if, when my car becomes a robotaxi, and when I send it out to pick you up at your house, it is going to pull up to your driveway, or to your front door, or to the sidewalk in front of your house, or whatever that may be. You are going to walk out and you're going to get in the car. In that moment, I'm not going to care which side of which side of your driveway it parks on. I'm frankly not going to care which side of the street it parks on, unless it's an illegal parking. I'm certainly not going to care if it goes in your garage or out of your garage, or in my garage or out of my garage, because at that point it's a robotaxi. Same thing with parking garages. If I'm going to a parking garage, if I'm going to a building, sorry, or a location, I seriously doubt you're going to call a robotaxi to take you to a parking garage. It's probably a building close by, and the car will drop you off at the front door or in the sidewalk. Now, is it dropping people off in the wrong spot? Yeah, maybe 100 yards away or 200 yards away. I think that will, I think that will get fixed. The other thing is if it's taking you to a shopping plaza, or if it's taking you to the mall. I do know when we go to the Northwoods Mall here, I tell it to take me to the food court side, because we go in that entrance, my daughter and it does that perfectly. So if you're going to a shopping center, you're going to, it's going to drop you off at that shopping plaza, most likely in the front. And then you get out of the car and you may have to walk 50, 60, 70, 100 yards to the store that you want to get to. Is that a problem if you're a robotaxi? Of course not. So, and I've also said this before, and I shouldn't say this because I don't know, but I'm going to imagine that as the app evolves, the robotaxi app, I think there will be options for you to choose different things, or to drop a pin, or to even change the speed. I don't think you'll ever be able to drive 120 miles an hour in your Tesla, but anyway, so far while I'm talking, this car is doing everything perfectly. Now, we are about to get to the coffee shop. This is a really big test. By the way, there may not be parking here. I'm late today, and a lot of times when I'm late, there's no parking. If there's no parking, I'm not sure what it's going to do, but hopefully it's going to take us in there. So now it's doing this right. Remember the other day, it pulled in here, and there are quite a few parking spaces. So let's see what happens. Okay, this is really, really big. This is big. Perfect. I mean, it's perfect right now. And you can see it's perfectly aligned between the lines. I mean, I don't think, wow. Okay, so that's about as perfect as you're going to get. The other day you can see in the forward-facing camera, it parked me right in front of that drive-up window, and that was really, really bad. So it just performed perfectly today. Anyway, listen, if you're still here, thanks so much. This is a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share the video, and leave a comment down below. And also, if you want to test drive a Tesla, or if you want to buy a Tesla, there is a link in the description that you can just click on, and you can go to any Tesla service and delivery center, and they will be happy to give you a test drive in a Tesla. And I know we talk about this a lot, but when you own a Tesla, Your fear is going back to another car. I really mean that. You know, I pulled up behind a Range Rover. It was the $200,000 model. I forget which one it is. Brand new. And I'm behind it, and I'm in this car. And my first thought was, that's a $200,000 Range Rover, but it can't drive itself. It's amazing. Tesla is amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.